What's up, everybody? It's Travis again. As you know, today is July 25th, 2021. I'm in Forsyth, Montana. Got a huge load, 13,550 pounds, I think is what it came out to on the scale. Got the bracketing system, some cleaning solution. These are huge, like your bottled water. This is the reverse osmosis filters. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're huge, but they're in crated boxes. Got to watch them, put it in there and get them all ready. And then a bunch of parts and auxiliary box. Almost took up the whole entire trailer. Sitting on the ramps. But yeah, so I was able to pick this load up out of, I believe it's Minden, Nevada. And I had a load before that was super sweet that was going over to New Jersey out of Oregon that would have paid like $9,000. So I ended up deadheading from Oregon about, I think it was like 6 hours, 7 hours, something like that. Just because last minute it canceled. I wanted to get a load up for over the weekend so I could have a good start to this week. Picked this load up in Minden, Nevada, like I said, and then was able to go home same day that I picked this up from the house. Is about 7 hours away. And yeah, did a 34-hour reset at the house. Left this morning. Today's Sunday, so I left about 8 o'clock, left Caldwell, Idaho. And yeah, we're making our way up to Minnesota, to a town or a place right around Minneapolis called Chaska. I've never been there. I've been to Minneapolis, so I don't know if I've just like been down the highway or something, but I've never actually stopped and made a delivery in Chaska. So, but yeah, this load's heavy. It's 13,500 pounds. And not getting the best fuel mileage with this. As you can tell, it's a giant rectangle on the back of this truck. I've had worse though. I'm averaging like 6 miles per gallon right now. I've hauled some tanks that I think I was right at like 3.5, 4. I did that for 800 miles or something like that. It was bad. But anyway, I had a few people reach out to me. Super appreciate the comments on the YouTube page. People have emailed me, talked to a couple gentlemen that are coming over to Landstar. You know, and there's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about. Not sure if y'all are aware of it yet. The only reason why I know is because other hotshot guys told me, or else I probably wouldn't have dug into it as much to try and find this information or even come across it. So the Biden administration, you know, I'm gonna get political for a little bit, so bear with me. You know, if you're all for Biden, yeah, we can be friends, but you'll hear it. You'll definitely hear it from me. Basically, what's happening in the federal transportation rules and laws, what they're talking about doing is making cargo insurance and liability or whatever, instead of having $1 million worth of coverage that, you know, most trucks have as a minimum. They're talking about raising it up to $2 million. Now, there's a couple things that concern me on this. Before I came to Landstar, I checked into doing my own authority, right? Checking into that authority, I, you know, never owned my own business. It had been a brand new authority, so insurance, first time CDL, you know, out on my own, whatever, it was expensive. As you guys recall, I think it was in my first few videos I posted before I even left my other job. I checked into it, and I believe my quote was through Progressive. And on that quote, they were wanting $5,000 down, and then on top of that $5,000, they wanted me to turn around and immediately put down another $1,800. So I'm looking at $6,800 in insurance, and then trying to get on, you know, someone that's brokering freight to take my load, you know, let me run loads for them or whatever. It would have been a nightmare. It would have been super hard. Now, that was for $1 million worth of coverage. That's what we were looking at, those rates, right? So now what they're talking about for new drivers, you know, or if you got a couple little scuffs on your record or however, is instead of the 5,000 down, a lot of people have heard numbers up to $10,000 to $15,000 down, and 10 I could see, you're doubling, going from $1 million to $2 million. If they were wanting 5 down for me, they're probably going to want 10 down, right? And then instead of $1,800, you're going to times that by 2, and so now you're looking at easily $13,000 to $14,000 just in insurance, just to get your ass up and going. Landstar hasn't came out with anything official on it. Nobody's really talking about it. So if you guys are thinking about doing your own authority, great. I'm all for people doing their own thing. It might not be a bad idea though. Come over to Landstar, check it out. Then if you get enough funds and you're like, hey, I can make more money if I do this on my own compared to Landstar's take on it, okay. I can tell you right now, my rates for my insurance for this hot shot are, no joke, $500 a month is what they take out. That's deducted out of the settlement, so it's not like I have to hand them a check. They take it out once my settlement for the week is done and over with. I would highly encourage a lot of you guys that are, even if you've driven truck elsewhere, whatever, if you're thinking about doing your own authority with these new laws coming out, either one, get in, do it like this week, this month, next month, something. But that law supposedly has already been passed. So those insurances are going to start going up. If not, like I said, I highly recommend coming over to Landstar. The hiring process, I've heard some people having issues with the qualification department, and that's what I had. It was a nightmare. I had one gentleman reach out and he was like, it'll be a nightmare. It'll take 2 months, 6 weeks sometimes, 6 to 8 weeks. It seems like that's the course right now, because these qualifications have some people, coming in. They're not really efficient, in my opinion. And those other videos, in the beginning, if you watch my channel and my post, you guys understand that frustration that I had, or you could see it on me. I quit my job because they said, hey, you need to quit Thursday so we can verify you on Friday. I'll have you in class on Monday. I waited. I was put on the back burner for a month in this truck. I'm from Idaho. This truck was up where my business partner was at the time, up in Wisconsin. So I was going to go to the Illinois orientation center, and then didn't hear anything on Friday. So I'm like, well, then that kind of screws me, I guess, for Monday, right? But they hold classes also, I believe it's Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, Friday come around. I called in the week, and they're like, we can't do it this week. It has to be the following week. Oh, by the way, your drug test that you took 6 weeks ago is now invalid. We need you to go take another drug test. Well, I found some partial work hauling some stuff just for a local guy down to Texas. So I took the hot shot truck and I ran down there, and I had to do something for a little bit of cash to get me by. I didn't want to take money from our personal account. I got 5 kids back home and my fiance, so that was like a no-go. I needed to start providing, doing stuff on my own. It was a pretty helpless feeling. And and then when they finally got around to getting me, it literally, guys, it took about a month and a couple days, or a month and a week, and after I was already up there and they told me to quit my job and get my ass up there, that I finally made it to an orientation. They finally got me booked on something, and I have nothing on my record. My employer, I let them know I was exiting, so they were happy to relay all information. Everything was just going smooth. It was just the qualification center. So they're eliminating those little by little. They had like 7, I believe, is what they told us. Now they're down to like 2 centers. So you can only imagine now you got 2 places handling applications and trying to qualify people and process them. So it can be rough, guys. Just keep that in mind. It can be super rough, but just like a gentleman told me that runs hot shot, as soon as you get in, it's worth the wait. And man, I swear on that today. I've been so thankful and so blessed in the sense of good work, freight. I mean, I have friends elsewhere that are doing great with their own authority. I have some other friends that are having a hell of a time. Over here at Landstar, if you're willing to work and do your stuff during the week, haul a couple loads, whatever, you're going to be bringing in that money. You know, and like I'll say, reference back to the, I think, video, you know, 1 or 2 when I was actually on Landstar. My first load, man, they put me up in the hotel for an extra night because I didn't get a load out of there, because they don't teach you how to run the load board. They don't teach you any of that stuff. So you got to get confident. You got to call agents. You got to say, hey, you know, this is what, you know, negotiate a rate. My very first load, I think it paid $1.36 or $1.56 or something. It was horrible. And I left Texas and dropped off in Utah and then up into Washington. And so I was gone, you know, over a month waiting to get hired on. Then had to do a week's worth of run around and BS, you know, with Landstar and all that to get me all situated. And then got that load, and it took me another week to get me back up towards the house because I hadn't seen the family. And I mean, it was hard. And, you know, it might sound like I'm bitching and complaining a little bit, but it was a process. I've heard some people say it's, you know, they've had it smooth, it went great. Maybe it's a slow time for applicants or something, but just write it out, you know. I would talk to a qualifications department and say, hey, literally, like, I don't want to give up my job because I need my income. And you've heard stories. I'm a true, you know, attest to this. And Landstar corporate, yeah, I have 2 of the higher ups numbers. They made things right with me, thankfully, and apologized profusely for what happened and how, you know, mistreated it was in the beginning of bouncing around. I was like, look, man, my account's empty. Like, I don't even have money to put diesel in the damn truck. So, you know, if you guys can get yourself a little nest egg before you come over, like I did, you know, and make sure that you have maybe even a little more emergency, you know, fuel card or credit card that you can use as fuel to get you out of orientation. You know, you can advance your fuel and stuff in the beginning, but if you're thinking about headed home or doing whatever, like, definitely have a backup. But I mean, once you're here, I mean, I have no complaints. You do their BCO CAPS course. I think it's like after 90 days, which is just helps with business. I go over some real good information, you know, and then from there it's your maintenance and your inspections. I believe they're every 4 months. Your maintenance reports, you know, every time you put a new tire on, every time you do a service to the truck or trailer, document it. Like, once you get on top of that stuff and like that, you start learning your pattern. This you can build a utopia here. You can build your own fleet here. You can do, you know, anything and everything. If you're not into a fleet and you just want to make a lot of money for yourself, they give you the, you know, the load board to do it. They give you, you know, discounts through LCAP. Not so much for hot shot, but guys that are going into big trucks, LCAP, you know, helps out quite a bit. You know, I've had it where I had to buy tires, had to make a truck payment all in the same week. I didn't have enough money saved because it was early on. I was able to reach out to Landstar. They set up a personal loan and then deducted that out of like 4 paychecks. It was like $400 because I think I needed like $1,200 or something. So $400 until it was paid off. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why you can't be successful here. But with everything that's going on in the federal government, you know, I'm a huge Trump supporter, as you guys know or may have seen on some stuff, or if you talk to me, you know, politically, I was happy with that situation with him being president because of the economic growth he really instilled into small businesses, for the individual, right? For the mom and pop restaurants, the taxes, everything was getting so much better for America, in my opinion. You know, and this current administration with the whole new Green New Deal or whatever, it's really starting to like show. You know, we're being told one thing and definitely forced down another path, and it's going to be a shock to all of us. You know, and we file our taxes or do whatever, and then it's like the government's like, we want more, we want more, we want more. You know, and products, that's a lot of people have got to understand. These insurances go up, what's going to happen to the goods? They're going to be more expensive because, you know, more pockets are coming, or more money is leaving the pockets of the driver or the company. They got to up, you know, say, hey, instead of $2 a mile, we're going to need $4 a mile. You know, we're going to need an extra $1.50 just to make insurance. And when enough of them stand up and do that, the agents are going to have to, you know, go to the customers, and it's the whole inflation cycle. So something to keep in mind. You know, if you're looking to do this, I would seriously suggest trying to get on with Landstar, because even now I'm not paying anywhere near what I would have. I didn't have to put it down for my insurance. I didn't have to do any of that. You know, they adopted us into their insurance policy, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I pay like $534 a month. I'd have to go look at my breakdown on it, but it ain't much. And that's liability, the $1 million coverage liability, that is bobtail insurance, that is theft, and if somebody steals my tarps, any of that, it's all covered under that stuff. You know, and they cut you a check if your stuff gets stolen. You know, so that's kind of how the cookie crumbles on that. But outside of that, you know, guys and gals, really though, you have questions, put them on the videos, comment them. Go to Flid Transport LLC at gmail.com. Email me. I've had probably 20 people message me through there, and so I'm trying to get back to you guys, you know, as fast as I can, on top of you know, running this business, being on the road and all that. Phone calls are easiest for me, so if you email me or comment in the video, I'll say, hey, go to, you know, message me via email. I'll give you my phone number. I'm happy to talk to y'all. You know, I'm not here to lie. Landstar ain't paying me, you know, a commission to get people hired on here or anything. I'm just saying, I didn't know anything other than how to drive a truck for other companies. Did heavy haul, done dry van, done flatbed, you know, the entry level works, if you will. And coming over here, man, if I can figure this stuff out, I know y'all can too. There's no doubt about that. There's another update. I'm trying to move back down to South Texas. So here in like, I'm gonna be out for about 2 weeks on the road. So I'll throw up some more content, and then I'm gonna spend probably 4 or 5 days off with the family. Maybe I'll upload a video. We're doing some house hunting and checking out the area. See if we can get moved down to San Antonio or back down over to Corpus Christi, where I previously lived, over there when I was doing oil and gas stuff. So that's in the works. You know, but I'll still be here for you know, anybody that's looking to come over. You know, if I can help you guys be successful, this is where I wish I had somebody at Landstar that I was, you know, would have been able to reach out to. I talked to a bunch of people that did their own authority and went different, you know, places. I give a shout out to Alex over at Tow Piglet. That's kind of where it all started, when I YouTube stuff, kind of seeing what he was doing, and you know, my prior experience in the oil and gas industry when I worked for Acme Trucking. I did big rig flatbed. That was my first CDL job ever, and ended up, there's a guy there, him and I are still really good friends, but he had a couple hot shots, and when big trucks slowed down because they were kind of going back on the oil stuff or whatever, there's a lot of work for his trucks. So with him having two, he didn't have a driver for the other trucks, so I ran his stuff for a little bit. And you know, that's kind of what gave me the idea of checking in on it and seeing what it was all really about. And now that I'm here, I mean, I'm living testament to this can work. I mean, if you treat it like a trucking job, you know, if you put yourself out, you know, a week at a time, come home, okay, like if you're in a great freight area, that might work for you. But realistically, try planning on 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks out, and then come home for like 4 days, and then get back out there and do it again. Also, try and stage your loads, right? So what works best for me is I like to run, you know, Monday to Thursday, do a bunch of short loads, you know, or semi-long loads, maybe 1,000, 1,000 miles, 800 miles, something that I can get done in like a day, day and a half. And then when I hit something on like a Friday, if they'll let me pick it up on Friday, most of the time they try to push for Thursday just to get it out and going. But find something that pays $8,000-9,000 over the weekend. You know, so that's how I keep my revenue going, and that's just my method to it. I'm staggering it, and I can tell you it's paying off for me. You know, that might not be for everybody, but it does work for me, because my pay period stops on, was it Thursday morning? I get paid for paid out on Monday. So if I haul something over the weekend, I got something delivered first thing Monday morning, that starts my week off great, you know. So like I said, that works for me. But yeah, if you guys have questions, comments, feel free to email me. I'll give you my phone number. I'm not shy about that. A few people on here I'm sure can comment, you know, and be like, yeah, I've already talked to the guy, whatever. But no, anything I can do to help, because like I said, we're all in this together. There's so much freight. I might do another load board video. Somebody was asking me how good the freight rates really are, and like I said, you know, I train in the background. Freight rates are still awesome. I mean, there's no complaints on the rates. At times it looked like it was going to slow down, and then it was just like a slow, you know, 3-4 days, and bam, like some good loads just started popping back up. You know, so it's all kind of on the market. I know the market report for Landstar for this last quarter, everybody was predicting it was going to be like 20-30% low, and we were like 30% higher than where we were at for flatbed. That's all flatbed, big trucks, hot shots, everything. So it was super cool to see that. But anyway, yeah, guys, email me at the fluidtransportllc@gmail.com. Happy to answer the questions. You know, like I mentioned before, comment below in the video if there's something that you guys would like to see. I'll get back to y'all as soon as possible. And just know that if I don't message or didn't get to your message, definitely not blowing you off. You know, sometimes I just get caught up in driving, scheduling loads, and doing all that. I don't have anybody dispatching for me, so I'm doing all of it, which is, I'm getting the hang of it, getting the rhythm down. But as we grow, you know, we'll get into, you know, my fiance or one of my other drivers, his wife, she might dispatch for us. We don't know yet, or she might just dispatch his truck, and I'll keep on keeping on. But yeah, like I said, y'all be safe. Let's finish out the rest of this month, and you know, if anybody's looking to come over, do it. Don't wait. You know, each week that you wait is another week that you're going to be further behind waiting on Landstar. So with the qualifications, but it'll be good to you, you know. Anyway, y'all take care. Have a great night. Stay safe. No accidents. Yeah.